what if some of that stuff got leaked out? And that's what she was worried about, is that being associated with some of those comments if that information got leaked out. Um, so she took the decision to leave that group.
Are subgroups a positive way of getting engagement and getting stakeholders to interact, or are you missing out on that kind of full spectrum of people, as you say, debating whether they agree or not, to build up to a more forward-thinking cause?
I think that's the point, isn't it? The groups have to think about, why were they established in the first place? What is their objective? What is it that they're trying to achieve? And I think lots of times is that some of these groups become a talking shop, and they perhaps lose sight of their purpose, their original objective, what it was that they were established to achieve. Um, and I had a young lady who contacted me the other day because she was caught up in one of these groups where actually it was becoming quite toxic. People were perhaps going beyond the reams of professionalism, and some of the ideas that were being espoused in those groups were quite extreme, to want for a better word. Not extreme in the sense of, criminality or so forth, but extreme. And, it became for her as to whether or not it remained credible for her to remain in that group. Because if that, despite it being a locked group and Chatham House rules and all of that, what if some of that stuff got leaked out? And that's what she was worried about, is that being associated with some of those comments if that information got leaked out. So she took the decision to leave that group. But the point is that that's an extreme example. But the point is, there are lots of groups who are doing excellent work, and understand their purpose, understand the objective that they're working towards, and they're really highlighting some of the barriers that exist, whether that's women in tech, whether that's, and sorry, if there is a group, women in tech, I'm just using that as a general example rather than a specific group, where there are groups who are doing excellent work and really spotlighting the barriers, structural barriers that exist within whatever it is they're trying to achieve. But there are other groups, I think, that have been created just for the sake of creating a group, and I think they have lost sight of their objectives and their purpose.